guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Yemah and I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about something that is very popular when it comes to people who live abroad, and that is isolation. So I'll be talking about it from a different angle, but ultimately it's about isolation and being alone while living abroad in a place that is totally unlike where you're from. Okay, so before we get started, please like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. I will greatly appreciate it. So chances are you're a girl. Chances are that this is not the first video you stumbled upon, and you're more than likely thinking about moving to Asia. So if I'm correct, then this would definitely be more along your angle. If I'm not correct, this is still going to be helpful for you, but take everything with a grain of salt. Okay, so isolation is very real. I have a video that's way down my page about maybe a few months ago when I first started my channel that speaks a little bit about isolation and other things. So being alone, having to navigate what it's like to do things by yourself and feel happy with doing things by yourself can be difficult for someone who's not used to doing that when they were in their home country. If you're someone who had tons of friends or tons of family members, adjusting to the idea of being by yourself almost 24/7 can be challenging, and sometimes it can lead to other types of things or vices that are not healthy for you. When I first moved to Korea, I had to deal with that. I have my own thing that I struggle with. In every country that I've been to, I've kind of changed what I did to stay grounded. Some good, some bad, but you have to learn it. Okay. So for a fact, isolation is going to be on you like white on rice. Whether you're in school or you are working or you're just kind of figuring stuff out, you're going to be in between that. Oh my gosh, what do I do right now? I'm just in my head. However, there's two groups of people that I think find it a little bit easier to live abroad in a country or a continent that's so different from theirs. Not that they don't struggle with it, but I think they find it easier. And the first one are guys. I'm a Black African girl, so I would say, Black men, especially African men, find it a little bit easier. But men in general. Why do I say that? Because in Asian countries, from what I've seen, the men are, be it white or Black, they are sought after by the women, or they're more accepted and people are more fascinated by them. So that being the case, they get to slide into groups easily. They get to go with the flow easily. They get to belong. Now, whether that belonging is fake or real depends on them and what they're looking for within that group. But based on what I've seen and where I've went, and some of the guys I've talked to, because when I express my loneliness, or when I express I can't get along with everybody to guys, usually they're like, what do you mean? People are so dope. People are so cool. It's easy to talk to people. It's easy to do things. And I'm like, it's not that it's hard. Okay. But the way how you're accepted, the way how I'm accepted, totally different. And sometimes I don't even get it. Again, Black or white or whatever, as long as they're foreigners, this applies. Now, the level of interest based on color is different, but the treatment, I believe, is fly across the board. I'm talking Korea, I'm talking Thailand, I'm talking Taiwan. Even when I went to visit to other countries like Japan and Malaysia, it was pretty much similar. The boys or the men just felt they could fit in very easily. Again, I'm not saying they are not isolated or they don't experience isolation. I'm simply saying, compared to us women, it is not as hard if they want to just go and be with people. As a girl, as a Black girl, as a Black tall woman, it is not as easy. And because of that, I and people who are like me, or if you are similar to me, you will experience isolation more. Okay? 2, if you're a girl and, no offense, if you're a girl and you're a party girl and you're into the lifestyle, what do I mean by lifestyle? Like the partying lifestyle, the clubbing, the heavy drinking, the going into those kinds of places at late hours at night. If you're a part of that group of people, isolation may not be as heavy on you as it is someone who isn't, a girl who isn't. Don't get me wrong, you may still feel isolated and alone because I don't know your life. I don't know if it's a show or if it's fake. But as far as physically being around people or having people to do things with, if you are, again, a girl who parties a lot, a girl who goes out a lot, a girl who loves nightlife, these types of things will come easy for you because there are a lot of people here who want to do that, men and women. For females though, no surprise, the whiter you are, the you know what I mean. But regardless of your color, if you're interested in stuff like that, I believe you might not experience feeling alone as much as someone who isn't. So in my opinion, those two groups of people don't experience isolation on the same level because of, one, the overwhelming acceptance that men experience when they come to Asia, and the also part, little bit, acceptance you might get, or not even, I don't want to say acceptance as much as it is for men, but access or availability of people, or being able to meet people more if you are into the nightlife or the night scene. I'm not. Even when I started off my travel journey in Korea, I did drink a lot more than I do now, and I was into the party scene. Then I'm not anymore. But I also had a group. When by a group, I mean 2 other friends who were close, and we did this thing together. Now, if I didn't have those friends and I was still into those types of scenes, as in drinking or partying, I would still run into a lot of people. Because I remember when I went to Korea to visit last year, around this time, I had to meet someone at the club to get something from her. She was DJing. It wasn't really my scene, but I was going to support her because she was DJing, and 2, I had to take something from her. She had come to visit from the States. So I went to the club, and I'm just sitting there like bobbing my head because, again, I don't want to be here. It's not my scene. But when I was there, I met a ton of people, exchanged number. Now, let me clarify. The meeting was not authentic, at least not from my end, because I feel like the only reason why they were trying to reach out to me was because of the way I was, and any other communication would be, hey, let's go out. But I met a lot of people. I chatted with a lot of people. I even got one girl's Instagram that we kind of like, chatted here and there, heart each other's pictures. But that was like one night, and I met more people than I did the year before. You know what I mean? Because I was in this space where a lot of young people go, and people who just want to be out. Now, when you come to anywhere in Asia and you're none of the groups that I mentioned, you will experience a lot of things and have to do a lot of things by yourself, with yourself. You have to learn to be comfortable being alone. You have to learn to eat alone, shop alone, go to the new whatever touristy spot you want to alone, take photos alone, everything alone. By choice though, because if you wanted to get people in, there are ways that you could if you want to, but if that's out of your character, it's not gonna feel right. So if you're looking at this video because you're thinking about coming, I just want to let you know what you're coming and walking into, not to scare you or anything, but just to prepare you mentally, because when you start experiencing it, you may feel like, your life is not where it needs to be, or that you make the wrong decision. And some of those things could be true, but other times it's just because you're in a new environment and you don't have your people with you. My advice is to take time, give yourself time to learn, to understand the place, the area. And you may never actually find your people because it is a new space. And if you look a certain way, if you sound a certain way, if you have certain values or deal breakers, it may be that much difficult for you. But again, you chose to be here. That's like a harsh truth, but you chose to be here. You chose to live here. So whatever reason that you came here for, just try to tough it up and you'll be fine, because you're fed, you sleep, you stay out of trouble, and you'll be good. read your Bible, spend time with God, do other things. There are fun. There are a lot of things you can do by yourself that will still keep you fulfilled. Will you have moments of, oh my gosh, I'm just dying to have another person by my side? Yes, you will, absolutely. And there will be times when you will actually go astray and try to do things to make yourself feel good and have people around you, but you will know that that's not authentic and that's not you. And stay true to that and get out of those situations. Or if you figure out that this is not for you, or being in these spaces is not for you, and you don't have to be here, then leave. I've seen and talked to a lot of other foreigners who left some of the countries I visited because of something like this. And it doesn't make you any less of a person because you started something that you never finished. No, it actually reaffirms who you are, your nature, because we have to try to sometimes be certain of what we like or don't like. So, yeah. Those are my 2 cents on the two groups of people I feel experience isolation at a lesser degree than the other groups of people, aka the one that I described. So let me know if you agree with what I said. Let me know if you think what I'm saying is totally bonkers. And let me know if you're a guy and that doesn't apply to you because your behavior is more along the lines of what I described as a person who is by themselves. And I want to let me add this to the end because this is about to be the last part of the video. Yes, not all men are coming here just to have a good time. Not all men are coming here just to, be with other girls and the women. Not all of them are. So there are some men who are on the slower side, the not even partying side, that are authentic people that also experience isolation way more because they're not doing those things. So there are some outliers, of course, but I'm just speaking generally. And based on what I've seen and people I've spoken to, that's, where it is. And that's what I think. So thank you for being here. I've got some stuff in the bottom, like my Pinterest, my Instagram, and my TikTok. So you can follow me on there if you want. But if not, please like this video. I would appreciate it. And check out my other videos. Once again, my name is Yemah, and thank you for joining me. God bless.